fucking mouth like a shark 5 feet from the shore. You fucked up, you understand? Because Monday is when you go, everything else is like, still the weekend, you fucking go.
Yo, let me tell you something that's really funny. Y'all heard the intro with my man from The Sopranos. Yo, this dude's so funny. I seen a clip on him this last week, and he talking like that about something stupid. Like the nigga brought up, Joe Rogan or one of them niggas brought up like ranch dressing. He said, yo, ranch is trying to take over for ketchup. This nigga went crazy. He said, go fucking kill yourself, you fucking cocksucker. He said he'd fucking kill you unless you want to. Ranch tastes like ass. he went ham off of ranch dressing, talking about, what blue cheese is it? You get some wings, you get some blue cheese, fuck you, don't ranch, make the wings taste like ass, your ass eating, yo. Every time you say cocksucker, I think about show, so I'm laughing. Welcome to Motivation Monday, everybody out there. These are the homies right here, the co-hosts extraordinaires. I got Sean Harvey from the Sean Harvey Morning Show. Self-made millionaire, a million hits, waking up everybody on a weekly basis and getting out of the rigmarole and getting to do positive shit. That's how he ended up on Motivation Monday, because he already got the motivating motherfucker. I got Amir Silly right there, always doing something out and about, meeting millionaire after millionaire. And then probably on a yacht as we speak.
Yep.
Are you on the yacht?
No.
Okay.
I'm in Midtown, brother. I'm in Midtown, but we're gonna make it do what we do.
I feel fucked up if you're on the yacht and I'm in my little junky ass office trying to find a book. My shit's so junky. Like if I was to look for a specific book, if that shit ain't right here, I'm done. All that shit right there. I got some custodians coming to fix this
through.
Yeah, that's how bad it is. Welcome to Motivation Monday. Guys, how was the weekend?
Weekend was quiet. I didn't do anything. I actually took the weekend to just rest. I didn't go out anywhere since the weather here was on ridiculous. I was like, I'm just gonna stay in the house. I was like, it's too cold to be out here trying to play any kind of games.
So it's nice and smooth for you.
Yes.
Sean, you had some trouble? What was going on this weekend?
Well, first of all, it's good to see you guys. And, as always, each and every week, before I say anything, I want to give a shout out to Amir Sealy's bow tie. Let's give a shout out to the bow tie. Yo, Amir, man, you know how we on this show each week, we talk about feelings and what we go through and all these perspectives. Well, I saw it in real time. I did a comedy show Saturday for a Narcotics Anonymous organization, right? And, it's one of those weekend convention kind of things.
Right.
And the comedian who closed out the show brought another comedian with him, a New Jack that was driving him. So that's part of the game, man. New Jacks drive the guys. That's what I did.
Oh, okay, okay. So that's cool. Ain't no wrong with that.
Of course, like on the urban side of comedy, we always throwing comedians up on stage. You want 5 minutes? It's nothing. That's what we do.
Right.
Comparison to the mainstream. You want 5 minutes? Go ahead. So the comedian, asked for 5 minutes. I said, yeah, they'll probably do 5. It's about 500, 600 people in the building. Because, they had thousands of people there anyway. So there's a lot of different activities going on. So there's some access. I said, wait, let me ask this dude. I said, have you ever performed in a large crowd at a big stage like this? He looked at me with the fear of God. He goes, no, I haven't.
Yo, you know how this shit could be, Sean. So I guess my weekend was like a hybrid of both y'all weekend.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. So I said to him, I gave him instructions. That's why I love you to death, T, man. You give me instructions throughout my comedy career. I'm so blessed to be open-minded enough to listen to instructions and suggestions. So I said to him, yo, go up there, be humble, say hello. How you doing? I used the Brooklyn mic line. I said, hit him with your first 5 minutes, do your 2 jokes, say good night. He did the total opposite of what I said. Got up there, disrespected somebody in the audience, and Amir Sealy and New York King, 500 recovering crackheads booed him. Yo, I mean, running down the aisle, boo. Yo, T, I'll send you guys the video.
Hold on, who is this person?
Well, he came with comedian solo. His name was Rob Peru.
I think I know.
New Jack came with solo. So, but the feelings after the fact, Amir Sealy, New York King, he sat in the corner. He was shocked at first. He couldn't believe he got booed off the stage like that. He was shocked. Then all of a sudden, the feelings of anger came in with him, and he felt embarrassed. Then he left. He left Amir Sealy, New York King, went to the car, and stayed in the car for the next 90 minutes until we all left. Feelings, man.
Yeah.
Feelings, brother.
When I tell you, my weekend, like I was about to say, is a hybrid of, I guess, a blend of the two, because I got to work and have some playtime. So, you know, my weekend started Thursday. Truth in Queens. Shout out to Roderick and the staff out there at Truth Lounge in Queens on Merrick Boulevard. Love those guys. We got a year in the can doing comedy every week. And they give it front show, you know, they give it away free. You don't have to pay. You just come in, have a seat, get a drink, and food is wonderful. The chef's off the chain. Got to know the chef a little bit this week and cracking on it, right?
Yeah.
But it was a wonderful night. Shout out to Hot Sauce, comedian from Chicago's in town. He ripped it up. Everybody on the show just did lovely. It was just a great night. So that was Thursday. Kicked things off. Friday, we had to go out to Bayonne, New Jersey, which ain't nothing but the suburbs of Jersey City, right? So we go out to Bayonne, and we do a show for my girl Eunice. Shout out to Eunice Rivers. We got a hot new album out, a hot new single with Will Tracks. So her and her daughter and starting this promotional team together, mother-daughter. So this is the first comedy show ever throwing. When I tell you they stole this motherfucker, I was so crazy, bro. So when I walk in, the plan I had, you know, that's why I call myself like the Peyton Manning of comedy, right? When I'm running the show, I'll call an audible in a minute, bro. Whatever I think is best for the situation. So walking and seeing the situation in the room, I'm like, I said, okay, because in my mind, I was going to host and I had 4 comedians to bring up. When I walked and looked at the room, I was like, okay, this is the first show. I'm going to, and Sean knows this, like sometimes we look at shit with the possibility of the future. So the possibility, this could be an ongoing thing. I said, yo, I'm call an audible. I said, Aldo, you host tonight. Bring up Bang 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 and me last from a closeout. Make sure we close with a bang. Man, when I tell you we ripped the a-hole in this place, Amir, so you know in closing, it's an ongoing situation. Oh, we love that. We need to keep this going, blah, blah, blah. I said, see, that's why I called the audible. I seen the situation, and you don't want to go in and give an okay show, medium show, because then it's like, you can do that anyway. But if you go banging and knock them on the ass, everybody's spinning their head like this the first comedy show to come out of a cave, you know? So we got that account long ago. But then Saturday, my Knicks played. So Saturday and Sunday worked out where I had a cancellation Sunday and I had an open Saturday. And I got to watch all my football. I got to watch my Knicks on Saturday. I got to watch last night's Sunday football. But here's the funniest thing. When you work as much as Sean and I, when you run like we run in this business, the minute you got a day off, it's awkward as fuck. I don't know what to do on Saturday. I'm in the, not even a club. I'm in the bar on Saturday. I feel awkward as a mother. So the people about to cook some food in the kitchen, they go, yo, this is usual today, because they don't eat meat. It was like we bought some burgers and blah, blah, blah. And the girl, the wife of the dude who was cooking, goes, you know what? I bought a box of Impossible burgers because I said, watch your ass pop the fuck, right? They came out of the kitchen, everybody shaking their head like, yo, she really bought a box of Impossible burgers. Said, you was gonna pop. You ain't never here on Saturday. I said, no, you never here on Saturday. I said, praise God, though. So you got out early, you got to hang. Beautiful weekend had by. I'm glad we all here to talk about it because you woke up again, you're blessed again.
Yes.
So shout out to God for that fun fact right there. That is the weekend report, everybody. We hope you guys out there, our listeners, our viewers, had a great weekend as well. Prophet Pete, I hope you enjoyed this weekend. Every week is about keeping Prophet Pete out of jail. We don't even know what the charge is. Every week, when we're able to log on, we know he's out. And that's it. When we don't get the link, we like, oh my God.
What's going on?
Sing. But we got the link, so we're good money. All right, so I'm gonna dive right in. I got a few bullet points I'm gonna talk about. The first thing, I want people to work on. First of all, I'm gonna tell you my belief in it. You could agree or disagree. I've been here 100 times in this conversation of this topic, and the general consensus is it's funny because the only people who fight this are women. There's the argument of unconditional love. I tell people to work on that. If you work on that, you might not achieve it 100%, but you can come damn close. As a human, I think it's kind of impossible, but unconditional love. So my belief in this is, I don't think we're built and possible can be in that space of giving somebody unconditional love or receive it either way, because I think humans come with too many conditions automatically. I think, and I think what made me see that is when I got back about 17 years ago. Yeah, was it? Yeah, 17 years ago, I got back into dogs, raising and breeding my dogs, and being around dogs again on a regular basis, day in, day out. You see the difference. A pet, especially a dog, will show you what unconditional love really is and how they navigate that. And then when you get around people, other fellow human beings and citizens and everyday goers, like everybody that I love or that loved me, and I'm saying this, I'm putting myself in it because I'm no superhero where I'm giving out unconditional love all the time either. But I don't think it's humanly possible as a regular Homo sapien that we can just give this out. I think even with our kids, Sean, you may love your kids, and to you love your kids unconditionally. But do you? Because seriously, as your kids grow, because it's different parts of your life. It's your youth, it's your adolescence, it's your young adult, it's your grown 30, 40, 50, 60. And all these things, life changes as it goes. And I don't think sometimes that we pay attention. Women say it in a heartbeat. Every time I bring this up, fuck out of here. It's unconditional. I love you. And I'm like, I don't think you understand what that means. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean, Amir? Like, if you love me unconditionally, are we going to go through all the same things we go through? A woman will kick a man out because he loses his job and can't pay the bills. Now, if you love this nigga unconditionally, you let his bum ass sit there. But
Rock out.
What does it take to get his bum ass together for his next job or mission or whatever he's on, or project or whatever? But it's not. You have conditions. This came to my mind because a good friend of ours, AD, is going through something right now where I believe he's breaking up. The ladies, you got to February 1st, got to get out, blah, blah, blah. And it ain't come from nothing else other than, nigga, you ain't contributing the way I need you to. That's a condition.
Correct.
When you are in a relationship and the other person is stepping out on you and you say it's time to fucking go and I don't want this no more, that's a condition. You automatically told this man that we good as long as you don't fuck no other pussy. The minute he go and venture out and find some nice side pussy, he gone. That's a condition. And guys are the same. We're the same. We get our little condition on and things we like and dislike about people that I don't think it's possible. I mean, I'm going to come to you first. Do you think that's possible in the human realm? Unconditional?
It's so funny. This is something that I struggle with in terms of not only ideology, but a way of life. Personally, I think as men, we do love unconditionally.
Okay.
I think to your point, it's women who don't love unconditionally.
Ooh,
and for the reasons that you just, one of the reasons you just mentioned, usually if you're not providing, she doesn't feel safe, there's a number of things that women can come up with. The reason why I say we love unconditionally is because to the point, and I mean, yes, you may be broken up with these ladies since, but I'm sure Sean could attest to this. T, I'm sure you could attest to this. You dated somebody who, when you met them, they were one size, maybe 120. They might have ballooned up to 180, 230.
Right.
You still rock with them. You didn't switch up. Hey, I still love you. I still think that you're beautiful. I still want to be with you, so forth and so on. However, to your point, the minute anything changed, well, you used to text me every day, but now you don't text me every day. So we beefing because we not texting every day, not because I'm not riding for you, not because I'm not there for you mentally, not because I'm not there for you emotionally, but because I just didn't shoot you a text message. And the reason why I struggle with this is because I think men in general are unsung heroes. We are asked to do a number of tasks that are thankless. And that includes everything from not only taking care of ourselves, but taking care of our significant others, taking care of our children, taking care of the dog, making sure the house is intact, keeping gainful employment, and all of these things with very little to no, oh my God, thank you. All the while having to deal with society and its societal issues, everything from what you may experience in dealing with the police. And the list goes on and on and on. But we have to internalize all of that. We have to do all of those things and still go home and go, you know what, even though the world has tried to throw everything at me, including the kitchen sink, I love you. I'm trying to, get on the same page as you. That's why I say I struggle with it, because I think men have a better time with dealing with that on a whole than women, because again, to the point that you made just a moment ago, they always seem to have some sort of condition. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It just seems and appears that way. So that's kind of how I feel about that.
Sean Harvey, talk to me, baby. Can you do it?
Yeah, well, I love your analogy about the dog, you know what I mean? And that unconditional love. And I think that we do feel unconditional love when we're children, when we're little babies, when we're 6 months old and 1 year old, and we love the babies, and it's so unconditional because we have so much love and we want to protect and provide for our kids at that age. But once these children get older, and we lay down some of our beliefs and what we believe in society, then a lot of that goes out the window, and here come the conditions. Fast forward to men and women in relationships, it's only glimpses of conditional love until we all disagree or we all have different beliefs. You're right. We throw that word unconditionally out there too easy. It really doesn't exist to me as adults. I think, like, if you grow a plant and you water it every day, like, that's unconditional love. Like, because you want to see it grow, and the plant's not going to come back and disagree with you or have any opinions on life to where now you got these conditions. And also, the unconditional has been thrown out the window via social media, because with the polarization of social media has definitely taken that to a whole nother level. So as adults, nah, unconditional love, we can say it's so easy, and we can say, yeah, we all about that life. We're not. Men and women, no, there is no unconditional love. I mean, there's love, but you're right. The word condition is more conditioned than unconditional. That's the problem.
And I'm gonna say this in the defense of us not being able to relinquish like that unconditional love. I think as you get older, like Sean, you made a good point. When we're younger, it's way easier to see, and it's way less far-fetched. The older you get, I think it becomes more far-fetched, because let's face it, there's parameters on everybody, every citizen and productive member of what we call society, to be a productive member of society. So to do that, there's all these stipulations you must do. You must get up and go earn a living and take care of your family. You must pay the rent. You must, find a way to work. You must put food on the table. You must blah, blah, blah. All these things that are part of our daily life, being a productive member of society. If you don't have conditions, people run amok.
Yeah.
If I was to say thank God, knock on wood, my kids don't live, everybody's old and out and don't live with me. But if, let's just say right now, My daughter will be 17 in a few weeks. If she lived here, and then my son who's 22, and the other daughter who's 21, like if they all lived here, if I didn't have conditions on them, they run amok. And ain't no telling what type of member of society in the future they would be. So in the defense of adult humans not really being able to share unconditional love, like the analogy, like with a dog. One thing about these dogs, man, whether I come home with a steak in my hand or a treat or anything, these dogs are just giddy that you're home.
Yeah.
You're just around. You're affectionate. You're around. I'm so fucking happy. A human's in the house. I love this guy. Let's play. Oh, blah. Little shit makes these motherfuckers happy. They don't condition. My dogs never say, "Hey, man, tell you something. What if your dog says this? Tell you something this winter. If it don't snow this winter, fuck you. I'm out."
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't have to.
Right.
But when the snow falls, bro, that little thing, I wasn't. You forget it every time. Open the door, the young one runs out, fucking flipping and flopping in the snow, and then want to run, put it on me and all. I'm like, look at this little motherfucker. Simple things in life. You know what I mean? So in defense of that, I will say that. Now it's time for the motivation moment of the show, which is my 2 cents and advice I like to pass on to the audience. A lot of people, we always putting the blame on our situations. When we're in certain situations, there is no lack of finding blame to go somewhere. I ain't never seen a motherfucker stuck that he can't put the blame somewhere. I've just never seen it. I've never seen niggas sit in the corner like, I don't know. If you ask a motherfucker about what they going through, they go find a place to lay that goddamn blame. Well, here's my thing. Going forward as a motivator, I blame you. Because whenever that shit is around you that you're blaming, if you want to point to and put the blame on, that it don't have to be around you. I'm gonna go back to this phrase I tell motherfuckers all the time. When I see motherfuckers that can't just rise above the hood shit or the ghetto shit or the ignorant actions and shit like that, and they make the dumb shit. I always say, elevate yourself. If you in these crop of people, and shit just can't get done at all. Shit just can't get done. That's on you to get out of that crop and elevate yourself. I'll never forget being in a bar. And I'm gonna throw my girl Tina under the bus. This years ago. She's a much, much better person. And she always reminds me, like, remember you said that shit to me? Bit nigga, I elevated myself. I'm like, you know what you did? We were in a bar. And it was one of those popping ass bars, like small bar, but the night was popping. They shooting pool over here, So at the table we had a high top 4-piece table. Got our drinks, enjoying the music, watching people talk shit, playing pool. Straight across, maybe 14, 15 feet, the other high top table, it's 3-4 girls over there drinking. And nobody said shit to us, right? But I'm watching Tina get rattled. Oh, that bitch don't know me. I'm gonna fuck the bitch. So I'm going, what's going on? Nah, that bitch over there. I said, she said something to you? She said, nah. She's talking about me. I said, she said, how you know she said something to you or somebody in our crew? Nah, I can tell. I can tell the bitch talking about me. I said, well, Tina, I said, why is that enough for you to get riled up and go over there and smack the bitch or start a fight? Nah, because bitch talk about. I said, but okay, the bitch didn't come say nothing to you. So it doesn't warrant a reaction right now. It doesn't even warrant your attention. To be honest with you, she should come smack the shit out of you because you in her business. Even if she is talking about you right now, she didn't violate your space. She didn't come to your face. Like she's in her little realm with her little people, and whatever she feels, motherfuckers talk about me every room I step in. You think I'm oblivious to this? I know every room I step in, I change the goddamn temperature. That's a fact. And I don't do nothing. I'm just me. But for some reason, and it could be, not, I'll give it to you, 80, 85, 90% of the time, could be, oh, look at this TV nigga, this comedian nigga, da, da, da. But sometimes, nigga don't even know me, and it's just, I'm a tall nigga.
Right.
That's piquing niggas' attention. Fuck this nigga, think he tall nigga. Now they looking you up and down, Sean. They got the boots on. Well, however they feel. But the nigga ain't saying nothing to me. He mumbling and feel a certain way. I know I'm a temperature changer in the room, but I'm elevated above that, nigga. If you don't come and invade my space or my personal and punch me or do some shit to me, it means nothing, absolutely zero to me. So I told her that night, I'll never forget. We go back and forth, and she couldn't understand my point. And I'm trying to tell her, you doing what they want you to do. They want you to look over there, pay attention, get riled up, take the bait, and then come over. Then they do what they got to do because you took the bait like a fucking slow motherfucker and did that. I said, you have to elevate yourself. I think a lot of us, too many more times than not, just don't take the time to rise above and elevate ourselves from whatever that stagnant thing is, whatever that negative thing is. Whatever that thing is, could be, it could be holding you back. It could be, because you know how we are in the community. We 9 times out of 10 guilty by association. So if I know these guys, now we all come from inner city backgrounds. So we know all of those walks of life. We know the killer, the wolves. You know, we know the Muslim nigga in the thing trying to get niggas to do right. We know that. We know all of the facts. In other words, all the moving parts. So it's for us to go, I'm not doing that. I'm not hanging there. I don't like the way they move, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you, because of your upbringing, feel like you got to be around everybody and spend time with everybody, you know what? Good luck. I can't tell nobody they can't do that or you shouldn't do that or whatever. All I'm saying is good luck. When you narrow your numbers down, we're in the midst of the NFL playoffs. You know what makes the playoffs so intriguing and better as it goes? Niggas are getting eliminated. If the same teams played every week, Sean, like regular season, what would be different from regular season? Hence the phrase, win or go home. Elevate or go home. So this is the same thing. Like, you got all these things. Like I just said, we know these 100 facets moving, these constant moving parts. We got to be the smart. I tell people all the time. People get mad, especially in the promotion business. Oh, he didn't do that. You know, nobody's going to care about your shit like you. You are your own walking billboard. You are your own official fucking advertiser of self. And nobody's going to advertise you like you advertise. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to pick a thing and go, okay, it's 20 moving parts. They're not all good. We know that. They're not all going to get us somewhere in advancement. Some of them going to end up dead or maimed or hurt or something negative or just straight stagnant and time passes you by. You know what I mean? Niggas I know that I see, you know, on a regular basis that we grew up in the same environment. We went to the same schools. We had the same chances, choices, resources. None of us had more than the other. But yet, the last 20 years done passed these motherfuckers by. Yeah. And they sit where I last seen them 20 years ago. Because of something simple like they didn't choose to elevate themselves. I know you know you can attest to this.
Yeah. You know, I just want to say, thanks for sharing. See, the thing that I've learned is, life is a school of experiences. It's just sometimes the tuition is high.
That's good.
when we go through what we go through because we learn from our experiences, just like you said in the beginning of what you was talking about, the blame game. When we stop focusing on blaming others and blaming ourselves, already we're liberated. We liberate ourselves and we got more clarity in front of us to deal with whatever issue that we're going through. Sometimes we got to man up and women up and go, you know what, you're right. This is my fault. I did this. Now let me do what I got to do to fix this problem instead of sitting there wasting time. And you just said it, wasting time, wasting 20 years. Time is flying. You could waste time, and next thing you know, it's 20 years. So instead of wasting that time, you can do some self-inventory, get things right, and don't blame everybody else. Now, the elevation part you're talking about, boy, take a special breed for that. I'm afraid to say that some people are just not equipped or just don't have the will or the determination to even elevate themselves. And I'm not being judgmental. Some people are in a comfort zone where they want to hang on a corner. They want to be 50, 40, 50 years old and still be that dude on the block. Is that their destiny? That's none of my business. But man, it is also liberating when you just take a moment, everybody, and listen. I go through my own situation, but if you could just take a moment and just look at the situation and just breathe, you can be in a better place as far as elevating yourself, not blaming other people for your situation, and you could deal with other people on a whole nother level. But I mean, for me, it took a whole lifetime to accept that. So yes, elevation, special breed. Some folks are not even built for it. Maybe those homies on the corner, no disrespect, maybe that was the destiny. I wish it wasn't for them, but some people are just not ambitious enough to even elevate. And you're right, that blame game situation, it's like the coronavirus. It's a virus. If you go around blaming the whole world about what you're going through, it's just a terrible situation. I mean, I use another analogy, like school shootings. I hate to say that, but there's always the dude going and shooting everybody in the school, but you couldn't take one moment to go through your problems. You're going through so much that you have to articulate that back on somebody else, which is wrong. Blame game, you're right. Don't blame yourself. Elevate, you got to dig deep for that one. But it could be done.
Hey, man, what do you think?
You know what, man? First off, both of you gave incredible points both ways. The funny thing is, I remember an interview I saw a while back with Jay-Z, and he said Rakim said a line that has always stuck with him, and has been one of the things he's used to, continue to build his career and, his life. And if you remember, there's a line that Rakim says, constant elevation causing expansion. I write my rhymes while I chill in my mansion. And, I never thought about how powerful a sentence or a phrase that was until I heard Jay-Z bring it to fruition. But what I learned from it and what I took from it is absolutely what, like I said, you both were saying. If you continue to find yourself in spaces, whether they be rooms, whether they be circles, whatever you want to call them, and you're the best and the greatest in that circle, then you need a new circle. And it doesn't mean that you can't come back and visit that circle, because those are people who you've already built, and they've, kind of helped build you. So that's cool. But now you got to move to another circle where maybe there's some people and some things that now are going to sharpen you even more so. And I think when people start to be honest with themselves about that part of not only their development, but who they are as human beings and men and women, then we would have such a better place overall. I think the toughest thing to what y'all was saying about the elevation, though, is discipline. And until we all do a better job with discipline, and when I say all of us, myself included, we're always going to struggle with elevation, because discipline is the key to changing so many things. And it starts with simple things. See, most of us have a belief system where we think we got to take these huge leaps and bounds, when that's not what needs to happen at all. You need to take little mini steps that lead to bigger steps, that lead to bigger steps, that lead to running, lead to jogging, and eventually lead to you doing the marathon. But until we can kind of put that in perspective for ourselves, we watch, you know, the three of us on this thing, we sports guys. How many times have we watched players, and it doesn't make a difference what sport, considerably get better every time you see them? You guys in the field that y'all are in the field of comedy, you see guys touch that stage, or, you know, women touch that stage. Be okay. About a 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th time, you're starting to get their footing, starting to find their voice. That's what life is. And to your point, that's what elevation is, and that's what constant expansion is. It's finding those smaller things that you can now apply to yourself on a constant basis that get you one step closer to the things that you're trying to do.
And
You know what I mean?
here's the thing, man. And this is especially for ladies, because I'm seeing a trend right now with our female constituents, especially in the entertainment business, where everybody's crying. One thing I don't like is people will take advantage of a climate and a moment and run with it. So right now, it's a climate of the right? Ladies, you gotta take. If crying makes us look slightly weaker, you're never gonna do it, because women are fighting to be equal right now. And rightfully so, to be looked at and deemed equal counterparts, which they have every right for that. They deserve that. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, I'm as good and strong as the man, and cry every fucking minute you see fit, like in a public eye, every award, every this, that, every conversation, because now you are becoming the visual epitome of how men deemed you for so long to hold back. They've been coddling and saying women ain't equal because you're too emotional and you're gonna. And what I've been seeing, especially with all the award shows back to back, every fucking body crying. I seen a bitch crying. She didn't even win.
Yeah.
This bitch is there to present the fucking award. Came right up. I'm just,
but you know what? But you know what, T? That has been a secret weapon that, you know, women have used for centuries, and that's really what that is. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you with the fact that, like you said, they deserve to have the recognition, they deserve to have the pay, all those things. But and this goes back to something that we said earlier with the first part of our show this evening, when I said men are asked to do things and to shoulder things and to weather things. But don't you dare cry. Don't you dare show any supposed emotion. Now, I don't happen to be one of those people, because I think this: if you don't find a way to let out whatever you may be going through and whatever you may be dealing with, it will come out. Chances are it's going to come out in a way that you really won't want it to. So if crying is your thing, then go and get your crying.
But see, I don't believe in that. I don't put niggas down for crying, because I'm gonna cry when the fuck I need to cry. I want to cry, you know. But I know the general perception of it. If you cry every little fucking thing, you're gonna be deemed weaker. Then that's just the way it is. So this is fucking beast world we live in. That's just a fact. Perfect example. I'm gonna spin off to. Next thing I'm gonna spin off to. We hear certain phrases being thrown around. Oh, this is a safe space. The fuck out of here! There's no lock on that gate, though. This is a safe space. These two go hand in hand. You know, these two things go hand in hand. This is a safe space and no judgment. Fuck out of here. The two biggest lies I've been hearing for 5 years straight: safe space and no judgment. Kiss my monkey ass. Let me tell you something. It's always judgment. Always. Don't ever let somebody lie to you and say, oh, no, fuck out of here. You might not fuck with me. You might not make me feel bad about it. Oh, you done pass judgment mentally. You done pass judgment. That's what society does. And what they do when they pass judgment, it's really no longer a safe space, because you start to label everything. We live in a time of labeling. Right? So you start to label everything. And this shit just hit me. I kid you not. I'm putting this shit on stage, but it's so true and so funny how Take a word like when we label somebody, we look at somebody do something and we go, yo, that nigga's weird. Or that chick is weird, yo. Weird. That's a label. I put you in a box. I put you in a box labeled weird. Now, do you know what that is? Weird ain't nothing. But a motherfucker, whatever they doing, he can't find a group of people to yell out loud, we like that too, or we do that too. So now he looks alone and weird. Oh, that's weird. Because he's the only nigga doing that. Until you get a nigga to yell out, yeah, I eat ass too, my nigga. That's gonna kill on stage. I'm telling you, it's gonna kill us.
Yeah,
But
right
do you
there.
understand what I'm saying? And if you don't have a constituency, a number, now what that number is, it varies depending on what the weird thing is they saying is. But if you don't have a constituency, a group behind you, go, yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
You're weird. And automatically you're set out there by yourself on an island and you're considered weird. Sean, what the fuck do you do in life that somebody, if they knew or seen it, heard, may go, damn, Sean, that's weird.
I don't know. Like, you caught me on that one, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I do normal things, but you're right. It could be the normal things that people do that could just find that go, yo, that's weird as hell. I mean, I can't think off the head with the type of things that I do that are weird. I just do normal things, but I don't understand why, yes, people go with, saying that people are weird and going back to that judgmental whole situation. That is definitely so disrespectful. Retro Fitness said we live in a drug-free, a no judgment zone here when you work it out. Everybody in the gym is judging everybody every 6 minutes of the day. This big suit, what this fat dude in here at the gym for? It's a little short arm dude, fat. Everybody judging each other.
Not if it's if it's Planet Fitness, it's a safe space.
What?
You seen the commercial? Planet Fitness, it's different. It's a safe space.
Yeah. Right. So you can't run from that. You're right. And that weird thing, that was sort of new slang, which is actually a word in the dictionary the last couple of years ago. Everybody's weird. I don't understand that. Well, why? What are we weird about?
Right.
You're right. It's like maybe I'm not doing something that you're not doing. That doesn't make me weird. But to go right to judgment zone, boy, there's nothing like it. Everybody is judging everybody. I sat there and watched the news. I'm judging the meteorologist chick on the news. I'm like, this chick don't even know what she's talking about.
Amir, what's a safe space?
You know what? I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's a safe space. I think what happens is you technically may have people in your circle whom you trust with your, the things that you might not say to the public at large. Now, everybody doesn't have people in their circle like that. So you got to be careful because as we found out, or as you find out, again, to a lot of stuff that has been said so far this evening, is life is a weird journey in terms of figuring people, places, and things out. And in that space, that's how you label things. That's how you, like you said, become judgmental. You used the word labeling earlier, and I think that is something that doesn't get enough attention because you're absolutely right. The more we label things, the more we give things specific boundaries, because that's what you do when you label stuff, is you then place boundaries in or around it. Now you have to supposedly look at it from a perspective based off of what that wording supposedly means or what it, the significance it has to the greater, public at large. So I think that, saying that people are weird or saying that things are weird, I think it's just silly. I think what you can say is I may or may not understand somebody or something, and I'm trying to understand them. So hopefully whatever they explain to you or whatever you get to experience them, you can then go and run it through, your processing and go, oh snap, I didn't look at it from that perspective. I didn't even think about it, from that perspective. But I don't think that it's weird. I just think it's something that may not have been a part of your journey to this point. So this is why I never, go with that, me personally. But
I don't like boxes. I don't like labels for the most part, especially the new labels, like and the the funniest thing, right before we got on here, I was scrolling in my inbox in IG, and somebody put the kid asked this very funny question. The kid was dead serious. He's like, "Hey, mom, what is the LGBTQ plus?" He said, "Is that like gay premium?" You know how all this plus shit, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus. The kid was dead serious. Like, so is that the premium of the gay? Like the premium channel? Yo, I was fucking cracking up. But no, labels and boxes, which brings me to the thing. Here's my thing. A safe space, in my belief, I'm tired of hearing it. I know people mean well, but I truly believe you cannot tell somebody or guarantee somebody that any space is a safe space. They have to feel that way. I can't just tell you it's a safe space because it may be safe to me, but not to you. You may feel like, no. It's comics, and Sean knows this. It's comics that choose not to work the urban circuit at all.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you want to come do it? Nah, I'm good. But that same motherfucker come to the comedy show, yo, all day. I'll go do that for $16 on Saturday night at 12 o'clock, but I won't go make the $200 at the Urban Room because we pay way better than the actual comedy club, believe it or not, people that don't know how that works.
Yeah.
So a safe space is a term used way too loosely because you really can't tell somebody that, guarantee that. Two things you can't. You can't say no judgment because that's bullshit. I don't care. As soon as a motherfucker tell me no judgment, I'm going the other way. Because I know you're full of shit. You just told me you full of shit. Yo, T, no, tell me, man, no judgment. Fuck you, nigga. I'm going. You can't wait to hear my shit. Probably tell somebody else, nigga. Fuck out of here. I'm out. So what you have to do, the only way to combat what we're talking about is to now move and think and act outside of the box. You hear it all the time. Remember how people used to tell us, think outside the box. Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to get a better or different answer if you're thinking like the guy next to you.
Right.
Think outside the box. You know who gets the jobs? The guys who come in and do and think outside the box. I interviewed 100 people today. Mm-hmm. So I only got two openings. I got to tell 98 niggas they no good.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I'm going to go down this shit. I'm going to remember in every fucking interview, that guy had a different way of thinking. He's good, but that guy, he's going to come in there, his ingenuity, the way he see it, and nobody talking about it the way he talking about it, he going to get the job. This other motherfucker, super overqualified, hopefully he'll take it. He may not. He may need the money. We've all been there. We've all been, especially those of us who navigate through corporate America, we've all been in a spot where, and so we do it too in the comedy entertainment business. Sometimes we'll take a gig that's paying lesser than what we're used to getting for other reasons. It might be I'm in a crunch right now, so I know I usually want $10,000, but this dude got $1,000, but that $1,000 will pay the rent or keep the lights on or blah blah blah. So let me go grab that one. You know, there's repercussions to that, of course, but there's reasons why we do the lesser thing. You know what I mean? Guys I've seen take jobs in corporate America, super overqualified. And the people tell him in the interview, bro, why are you coming for this job? You overqualified. He don't want to give him a full, transparent insight of what the details are. But all you need to know, sir, is I need work right now. Yeah. I've been for 6 months. You know, I need work. I'm not gonna go into the details, but nigga, this chemo's costing me for my grandma, or my autistic kid needs or my tuition. I'm not doing the dot the I's with you because we're not on a personal basis like that. But overall, I can say to you, well, right now, I really need this, and give them hopefully we got a good scale of promotions and climbing up and whatever. And maybe a year from now, I'm not in this position. Maybe a year from now, I'm sitting where you sitting, looking for motherfuckers to get my position, whatever. I done got a promotion. But we got to start thinking outside the box. This is an attachment, an addendum, if you will, to elevating yourself.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's weird. It's beautiful because sometimes when you think out the box, you get this, sensation in your brain when you think about something outside the box, and you always like that new knee-jerk reaction. Oh wow, I just thought about that. I think that's real dope. Let me just, try to imply it or whatever. It's always good to think out the box all the time because you just never know. It could be that one idea, or if you're having this conversation with somebody, it could change the whole direction and the whole shift of some kind of project that you're working with, something in your life. There's nothing wrong with thinking out the box because we could easily stay in the status quo. That's boring.
Yeah, it's boring, and you don't stand out. Like standouts are exactly that. You stand out. When we go to a show, I don't care what kind of show. Let's say we all three of us go to a R&B concert or whatever. When we done with that, whether it was 3 acts, 4 acts, 5 acts, we're gonna chop it up in the car. Me, Sean, and Amir gonna be in the car. Yo, it's a good show. But we're gonna fucking have emphasis on certain parts of said show that illuminated us, that stood out. It stood out, bro. Like that whole show was good. Nigga, when she
the part with
right.
And I say that because I really felt like that. I'm not a real concert dude. Every now and then, I have love for a selective artist that I'll go through the rigmarole because I don't really like that whole thing. But there's certain artists I'll put up with all that shit to see them. I love them that much. So I happened to be in DC. This was when Hard Knock Life tour was out. I happened to be working in DC, and the day I had to get there early to do radio promotion, I'm not performing that night, but I'm at the station, and they like, yo, want to go to the tour? We at the MCI building, arena, the Hard Knock Life tour. I'm like, I know you've seen it, T. You from New York. I said, actually, I don't really do cousins. Really? Got some tickets, so it's me and Quincy. We go to this fucking show. And from that moment on, I became a super duper lifetime DMX fan. I always liked him, like on a general level of like, they had some good songs and blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't like Michael Jackson level, you know what I mean? Until that night. So we go. Now, mind you, Hard Knock Life tour, heavy. That was a heavy tour. Not only do you have Jay-Z headlining because it's Hard Knock Life, you got Ja Rule, you got Meg and fucking Redman. You had DJ Clue warming up, but then you have X. Sean.
Wow.
DMX went out there. Now, mind you, the whole time I'm like, this is cool. Nice little tour they got. Clue killing it. Place is packed, everybody jam. I'm like, good vibe, boom, boom. But something changed when X came out. It was a different animal. It was different. And it was like, even though it was Jay-Z's tour, and I've heard Jay-Z say this in interviews, hard to follow. You can't follow him.
Yeah.
He said, how do you follow him? He said, nigga, I got to go in the place I'm going because I'm making the most money. It's my tour, blah, blah, blah. But if it's up to me, nigga, I'm not following this nigga. This nigga comes out, he's hitting you with the hood banger. He's taking his shit off, his shirt off, he's sweating, he's jumping in the crowd. His energy's alone. And the nigga stopped in the middle of that shit and started crying and praying.
Yeah.
20,000 niggas got their lighters up crying and praying with him. This is a rapper for the rap tour. And then going to another banger. No, he's like, how the fuck do you follow that? And I could feel that because when I left that shit, bro, I'm like, it was like we do shows. Sean and I do shows, and Sean's a host of many shows like myself. So when we put those shows together, believe in our brain, we're trying to put it in order of power.
Yeah.
Every now and then, some shit could happen, but you go off your percentages and what you know, and try to put it in a position of power. We go bang, 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 boom. And people leave like, oh. Every now and then, there's this nigga. I know this nigga when he put it together. They had no idea this nigga was going to disrupt the fuck out of this tour. Wow. Like, you can't do nothing. I signed. You got to do the dates. Da-da-da-da. I can't, without giving them more money, put them behind me because it's Hard Knock Life tour. I'm the guy. It's my head mentor or whatever. But when we go out, my point is there's something that stands out. And this is what I'm telling all our listeners and our viewers who follow this show, Motivation Monday. You got to start doing that. You got to become the DMX. You got to. I looked at a documentary yesterday about Michael Jackson, and when they say in certain points, there's a lot of shit in there people don't know. People don't know when Thriller was #1 selling fucking album. Thriller was a triple platinum, and the records execs were dumb. They were done. They were happy. They weren't gonna do no more singing. We good. Mike's like, nah.
Yeah.
Every song on this fucking album is a fucking, if not a #1, a top 10. He's like, so every song. He's like, we're not, now mind you, they 3 million sold. They happy. Oh my God, they going crazy. Mike's like, nah. So he's looking at. I don't know if y'all remember. There was a very popular movie out called Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
And he loves the movie. He was infatuated with the movie. He's like, that's a great movie. That's how he got the idea of Thriller. So he's looking at this movie and he's like, yo, that's what I want Thriller to be. I'm going to do Thriller. That's going to be a video, like a little movie, a mini movie, blah, 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 blah. And everybody's looking at him like he's fucking crazy. They're like, okay, so we're just going to shoot a regular. Nah, not a regular. You know, let's get that guy that did American Werewolf in London. You go get the nigga that did the American Werewolf in London. You're directing this video. Let's bring the makeup niggas. So he's like, he said, but it's a werewolf. He said, I don't give a fuck. He said, we're gonna start with the werewolf. Then we're gonna go into the zombies. If you pay attention, Mike's a werewolf, but then it's the Night of the Living Dead type shit with all the dead zombies. So if you pay attention, this motherfucker went and got this motherfucker to do this shit in real time. And he's like, yo, yeah, we're gonna do that. So this is how dope Mike is. A lot of niggas don't know. When niggas see that red jacket, they always go, oh, that's the Thriller jacket. There's actually 2 different jackets. One was in Beat It, and one is in Thriller. 2 different jackets. And most niggas don't even put 2 and 2 together. You see that type of jacket, Thriller jacket. And I seen some shit with nigga, oh yeah, the Thriller jacket. Like something happened, a crime, and the nigga was describing, oh, white dude, tall, and the Thriller jacket comes, the white boy go, that's the Beat It joint. I'm sitting like, oh shit. But this is to the point of outside the box. Mike, what made Mike special is he went outside the box. And another thing people don't realize, you know how we talk about elevating yourself, right? And getting away from certain people. Now, Mike's love for his family was impeccable. So Michael Jackson's love for a family, what people don't realize the timeline. If you go back, as big as the album of Thriller was, Mike should have had, he didn't do a Thriller tour. You know, Thriller should have had a tour. As big as selling as, but what he did instead, sign on the lookout for his brothers, and at that time they did the Victory.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
At the height of fucking Thriller.
Yeah.
Wow.
So my point is elevating it. You see what I'm saying? Like making a conscious decision of not only elevating himself, he used that to elevate the brothers. Because when he would leave after Victory, you know, his motherfucker's career would keep going, even without Mike. So they both could sustain in the same playing field at the same time. People don't put the chronological order together. But if you're thinking outside the box, people, trust me on this. You do this thing that's going to separate you from the average. You're going to stand out. And when you stand out, you actually created your own safe space.
Nice.
Actually, by standing out and creating your own bubble, creating your own safe space.
Beautiful.
That's real. That's
real.
Beautiful.
That's dope. That's dope.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's a real thing. So
that is.
Yeah, go ahead, Amir. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say that's a great point. Like,
yes.
And I don't think that people truly, like I said, understand how powerful that really is. When you create your own lane, your own space, obviously, then you also control the rules. So no matter what anybody else thinks, how anybody else feels, they really don't have domain over it because it wasn't something they created. It was something that you created.
It means nothing in my realm. Nothing in my realm. Because I created a different realm. This is why whenever, right now, if you're a comedian, Sean, though, everybody and their mother, every time something happens to comedians, they go to comedian. What do you think about this? What do you think about? Right now, it's Cat Williams in the news. And I tell people all the time, I said, the man speaking is truth. Don't ask me nothing stupid because I don't have a side. I know all these guys. We're all comrades. We all work together, one aspect or another. And that's just his truth. I said, however, I can attest to his generosity, his knowledge, and more importantly, being a creator of his own space. That, when he got smacked in the face time and time again, he recreated a new lane. Same thing for all the greats. You can say the same thing for Eddie Murphy. Every time you thought Eddie was done, he created a different lane.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Every time you thought he was done, created a lane. Look at Prince. They shut Prince down. Prince did the smartest shit you probably ever seen by. I'm going to be formally known as, right? And all these stuff. And we're not thinking. We're thinking like, oh, he changed shit. We thinking it's forever. But it wasn't forever. He did that to buy his time out of all those contracts. Once said years went by, all this shit gone, Prince was back.
Yeah.
He's Prince. Yeah. He owns it.
Yeah.
And you're not everything you told Mike that was better than Mike. This is why you got to think outside the box and elevate yourself, create your own space. Because everything they told Mike that would try to keep him a level or a notch down, he used his power, resources, and influence to obliterate that and own it. They're like, but the Beatles, I'm buying the Beatles.
Yes, true indeed. Yeah.
It was like, but Mike, but Elvis, I'm buying Elvis. I'm fucking his door.
Yeah, and purchased it fast. And just
that's when you knew. I don't give a fuck how light he got. That's when you know there's still some nigga in there.
Yeah. Yes.
I go fuck your daughter. That's some nigga. That's some Grand Concourse.
Yeah.
149th shit right there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's Crotona Park by the basketball courts.
Yeah.
That's some Eden Wall project.
Yeah. Yo, that's some snatching your mother's pocketbook in the 70s.
The nigga said, okay, this is what we doing. I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
And there's nothing you could do about it because I done got myself to a safe space. I know it's safe because it's mine. I created it. So it's mine to, here's the equivalent. I know we're running over time, Pete. I'm gonna wrap this up. Sorry about that. Here's the thing. Let me put it equal how it feels. It ain't even about if you got $500 million or $1 billion. It's about how you feel. You ever have pocket full of money? Let's go back to the cash days. You got a pocket full of cash and never walk into a store, club, or environment where you know because you got a pocket full of money, you good. That feeling when you give me the check.
Yeah.
That feeling, nigga.
Yeah.
Every time I'm in that space, if I go out to a place and the dude says, we paying you $2,000, I already know I'm counting 50. Because 5 of that, we about to be in a safe space. 5 of that going back to the kitty. Like Kat said, you pay me this, I'd shoot this back to the community. Some of this going back to the kitty. We ain't leaving this bitch regular. We're going to stagger this bitch a little bit. It's going to be Ubers and bitches. We out. I need an Uber XL. Sean got 2 extra bitches. Amir got a midget. I need an XL. First of all, why are you leaving with a midget ordering an Uber XL?
No, this was
it was enlightening.
Yeah, this was a goodie. And I think that, we touched on some really great things to, like you said, we always splatter things on the wall, but if you took or if you take what has been said this evening, in particular, the parts, and then put them together as a whole, there's a lot of really great information that was disseminated tonight so that we can, or so that you can, kind of get yourself on track. This is, 2024, I want more. If that ain't
I was just about to say, man,
ain't,
this is the first month of a new year.
okay.
2024, I want more. And recap, people, pay attention. We splat on the wall, unconditional love. Give it a thought. We splat on the wall, elevating yourself, creating your own safe space. We debunk the no judgment theory. We debunk the labels, but we promote you thinking and moving and acting outside the box. It's 2024 is the first month. 2024, like Amir said, we want more. I've been your host. Sorry for the extra time, people, but when you're passionate, you're passionate. Amir Sealy's right there. Sean Harvey from Sean Harvey Motion. Your boy Talon Harris. Everybody have a blessed week. Do the right thing. You know what to do. All my people on that ski trip, you know what we about to do. Speaking of elevating yourself, I'm gonna be so fucking high. Never mind. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Prophet Pete, we out, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
It's Monday, cocksuckers, and you better come prepared because they don't fuck around on Monday. Monday, most people come in, I had such a great weekend. Oh my God, go fuck yourself. That was then, this is now, bitch. It's a whole new set of rules. It's Monday. If you ain't waking up with the taste of blood in your fucking mouth like a shark 5 feet from the shore, you fucked up, you understand? Because Monday is when you go, everybody else is like, still, the weekend, you fucking go.